Hello, fellow hockey fans. Another week closer to the end of the season, another week closer to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Stanley Cup Playoffs are 1 month to the day away. There are 4 weeks left in the NHL's regular season, and here's the story so far thanks to this wonderful NHL app. Uh, it's still very close to the Metropolitan Division, but the Penguins, the two-time defending Stanley Cup champions, are in first place. Amazing. It seems like yesterday that the Penguins seem to be in danger of actually missing the playoffs. It was actually all the way a couple months ago, but now here they are atop the Metropolitan, but not by much. It's still a very tight three, well, some would say four-team race. Pittsburgh with 84 points, Washington 83, Philadelphia 81. The Devils were in a wild card position. They have 78. They have a slight outside chance. And Columbus is 77. So yeah, New Jersey 78 and Columbus 77. So it's pretty tight. Um, Congrats to the Lightning. They became the first to 100 points. Their shootout win over the Montreal Canadiens put them at the century mark this season. But with 4 weeks left, not one team has clinched a spot officially yet. So those 16 spots are still up for grabs. So we all know where some of them are. Tampa Bay has a sizable lead over the Red Hot Bruins, who lost to the Blackhawks earlier today, and, and that snapped their six-game winning streak. Another streak that was snapped was the Islanders. The Islanders' eight-game losing streak, 0-4-4, came to an end finally when they beat the Calgary Flames. That helped the Avalanche out. And speaking of the Avalanche enter the final 4 weeks of the regular season in a playoff position. The Avalanche got there by defeating the Arizona Coyotes 5-2, and well, that put us in the spot regardless of what would happen in later day in Los Angeles to the Kings and the Blues. But the Kings did get blasted by the Blues, so the Avalanche will have a 1 point lead in the race for the playoffs. For the second wild card spot, the Avalanche are up by 1 point over the LA Kings. And we trailed the Dallas Stars by 2 points for better positioning. As far as third place, well, Minnesota still holds that, and we're behind by 5 points. But the Avalanche and Wild will face each other one more time in the regular season this Tuesday. That game's on national television on NBC Sports Network. What's amazing, the Avalanche, we've been nickel and diming our way to a position. The Avs are currently on a 7-game point streak, but it's a very strange one. 4-0-3, and those three overtime losses were all consecutive. Overtime losses to Nashville, Chicago, and Columbus, heartbreaking ones. But those losing in overtime is bad, but it is a point added to the standings, and that has helped us move past some teams. You know, granted, we lost points, but still, like I said, it's a 7-game point streak. We got 7 games without losing regulation, so that's still good. That's still good. And if we keep up, if we start putting W's together, just pick up points two by two, we should be climbing up to a better position. Who knows? Maybe top three, maybe second place. Who knows? Win the division? Not completely out of the picture. Or maybe it could be. I thought we're 18 points out of first place. Nashville is 98 points, and so we just need to get in and let everything else sort itself out. But meanwhile, with the wild cards both belong to the Central, the top three at the moment would be only Pacific teams in, and it's the Golden Knights, the Sharks, and the Ducks serving as the top three in the Pacific at the moment. Though the division race is kind of over. I mean, the Knights are up by 12 points at the moment, but the Sharks and Ducks and the Kings, to be honest, it's very close race for second place. Third place means an automatic bid, but you're automatic bid. You start on the road, but you avoid playing the first place team. Second place means you get home ice the second round. I mean, home ice the first round. Second round could be to the number one, the first place team lose. But yeah, it's a tight race for second place in the Pacific. 3 points separating third, second, and fourth in the Pacific between all three California teams. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing, amazing race. I mean, the fact that the Avalanche are in the thick of this thing after the terrible season we had last year, it's just amazing. We should get in this. 4 weeks isn't a lot of time, but it's plenty of time for things to happen. So we'll see how this goes. But at the moment, as far as original six teams, only Boston and Toronto would be in at the moment. As far as Canadian teams, only Toronto and Winnipeg would be in. It looks like it's going to stay that way. I don't think the other five have a legitimate shot in hell. But but yeah, it's going to be a wild final 4 weeks. It's going to be a wild final 4 weeks. And here's what's in store for the week ahead. The Capitals and Jets face each other. That's NHL TV, not TV's free game for tomorrow night. And as far as and for my fellow Avalanche fans, we have to do some major scoreboard watching. The Blues and Ducks play each other. The Canucks and Kings play each other. I have to trust Vancouver to actually win a game. That's never a good thing. Like I said, the Avs and Wild play each other on Tuesday. That's on national television. And the free game for NHL TV is Stars and Canadians. So it's really not much decided there. Wednesday night rivalries, Pittsburgh and the Rangers. That's going to be good. And Thursday, Colorado goes to St. Louis, and the Kings and Wings play each other. That's the second leg of an NBC Sports Network doubleheader that is led by Pittsburgh and Montreal going at it. The Avs return home to face the Predators on Friday. On Saturday, the free game is Oilers and Panthers. It doesn't really mean much, but the Panthers are kind of knocking on the door. Toronto and Montreal, marquee matchup this Saturday. Rangers Blues, also on Saturday. And on March 18th, next Sunday, which is my birthday. All I want for my birthday is for the Avs to cook the Red Wings. Avalanche and Red Wings in Denver. And Blues and Blackhawks going on NBC Sports Network. So that's pretty much what's in store for the week ahead. The races are going to be close. And when that first clinch happens, I will be on YouTube to congratulate that team, whoever it may be. And I'll be back next Sunday, maybe a few days earlier, with the team clinches on YouTube. So until then, have a good evening, hockey fans.